No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
That's the wrong one.
This is VP4
That's the wrong one.
TV. Here is a list.
Your assignment.
That's the wrong one. That's the right one. Welcome back to VP4 TV. It's been a long stint today. Welcome back to Bill. We've got a one-loss side match, the last scheduled match this afternoon. A race to 13 between Silvia from Germany, who now has a flag, and Hairpig from the USA. Hairpig still feeling good about his win against Larry. Now, what he doesn't need to be doing is getting loose in this match. He needs to be playing at the same standard, and he doesn't want to be giving Silvia any encouragement. He'll be the favourite, but in a race to 13, it's whether Silvia is going to stay the distance. And we will see. We are about 3 minutes away from it. And then, of course, this match should hopefully be finished before the start of Saturday night 9-ball league, which is in approximately just over 2 hours' time. So Bill's calling it 13-9. I think the priority is that Silvia gets a good start to maybe apply a little bit of pressure in Hairpig. If she can, that would be her best chance, if she can get a little lead and maybe just force Hairpig into maybe taking a wee bit of a risk. We will see how it goes. So, just checking that these are the only remaining matches, or this is the only remaining match. The one thing I forgot to mention earlier, I did mention earlier now that I remember, Smoking Sid and Interchange X go tomorrow night. That is too late for me, but it will be a good match, worth watching. I'll watch the start of it, and then I've got to get to bed. But we've got Cheeky Chico against Eddie tomorrow at 4 PM. British Summer Time. That'll be like 11 AM Eastern. That'll be worth a watch between those two guys. Both players are here. Hairpig and Silvia have been in getting a little bit of a practice. They're now in the lobby, just waiting on the room going up, and then we'll be off and running now. Steve opened at PM to me coming to the end of that first stream. He never said anything. He closed it, and I've never heard anything since, so I don't know what he was getting at. I have got myself in Discord, but he obviously hasn't mentioned whether he was intending to come in. So we will wait and see. Witt is also Witt's calling a shock result here, 13-11 to Silvia, and the room is up. Let's get ourselves in, and Silvia's cue's yet to appear. It's now loaded. Both players are in, and we'll have the lag. Race to 13, alternate breaks. All non-obvious shots must be called. Combos and banks. 10-ball is automatically called. This is close. It's close, but Hairpig has won it. So he's breaking off. Now let's see where he decides to go. By the way, Jamie Oliver is right. Roast tatties taste better if you pre-boil them. Of course they do. Well, I mean, my mother always pre-boiled them, always parboiled them, as they're called, and then I'll tell you what else you do as well, before you put them in the oven. You shake them about in the pot to rough them up. That's the other thing you do. You never mentioned that. you've got to rough the potatoes up so that when they go into the oven, they're sort of broken up a wee bit and they're rough around the edges so that they get even crispier. That's the other thing you forgot to mention, or Jamie Oliver forgot to mention. You've got to bash them up a little bit, and then when they're done in the oven, they're absolutely delicious. So Silvia is in, but no shot. Oh yeah, you've got to shake them. Yeah, to get them fluffy in the edges and broken slightly and crumbly. And then they're at their best. So Silvia got the kick, but hasn't got it safe. Hairpig's got to find a gap, and he can go to the rail and come out, and he's looking for that gap, presumably between the 5 and 9. Well, he's managed to stun and draw off it, and that's perfect. He obviously had the angle that was conducive to do it. 6 ball's going to be a problem. 6 ball goes past the 10. Oh, wrong button. Hang on a minute. Now, this is not so good. I mean, this could be potted into the corner, but you've got to jack up. And he's letting it run, and the pace is not bad at all. That is pretty nice, spot on. So this, of course, is on Hairpig's break. Welcome back to Dwight. So we are well into our 5th hour of live streaming this afternoon, or since this morning, that is. And it's going to be a long haul today. We've got at least another couple of hours of the Saturday Night 9-Ball League. So a good start for Hairpig. That kick that Silvia had brought that 3-ball into play, and the rest is history. It was a good run out there by Hairpig, well controlled, and a confident start from him. I think he's maybe got over his hoodoo of playing in the live stream. And Hairpig, sorry, that was Silvia's break, wasn't it? Silvia's break was dry. And I think he might still have cover. Let's have a quick check. Yes, he does. So Silvia is now trying to kick again here. And she's called it up top, I think. And she will take that. That's a good outcome. And now it's got Hairpig in trouble. Not a difficult hit. He's got plenty of room to get to the one. Now if he hits it full in the face, it might run into that 5. Well, there's half a pocket there for Silvia. It can go in off the jaw with plenty of room. If she plays it just to the jaw, it'll go in all the time. Now, she's called the 2, which has got me a bit bamboozled. Yeah, I mean, that is just some unfathomable as to why she decided to call the billiard onto the 2 when the 1 would go. It was tight, but it would go in off the jaw. And well, if Hairpig's going to take this rack out, he's going to have to deal with the 8-9 combo up top. And the problem with that is that the 7 ball's down here on the left. So you would think that he'd be wanting to take, and he's rattled the 2.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
I mean, look at that, right over the pocket, more or less. And he's again got a wee bit lucky. So Silvia yet to get to the table, really. She's only either been kicking or whatever. She's not really had a chance to do anything so far. But that miss from Hairpig, there really wasn't any excuse for that one. Well, this is delicate. If he's thinking in a safety, he's probably going all out for the cut and trying to get out into the table for that 4. Well, this time he hasn't got away with it, so Silvia now has her first real chance to do something here. I think this just needs to be gently rolled in. Now the important one, does she try and get straight in the 7, or does she come right over sort of to the right side of the table and try and pot this 7 and stun across? Well, let's see what it looks like from her end. Well, straightforward, but she's not played that the right way. That needed some left-hand English, I think, on it. And I think I might have called that the 9 ball earlier on. I don't know why. But she's played the combo, and it's gone in.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
I mean, it just went in eventually in the last legs. But at least she got herself out. She tried her best to mess it up. Welcome to Hog. Yeah, I've been busy. And I'll be busy the rest of the night as well. So Hairpig on his break. The 9 ball is gone. And he's just trying to run for cover. No, he hasn't quite got it. And this is just tricky to get the right hit on this 1 ball. if you try and go off the left side of the one as we look, you can certainly get up to the top right hand corner, but you've really got to try and hit it thin with loads of spin. And she's hit that thick, and now needs a roll of the ball, and she's got it. I think that's mostly covered. In fact, there's enough of it showing. I think it might cut into the side. It's hard to judge. I think there might not be enough of it now that I look at it. And now we're getting messed up here on this left-hand side. But there's a good place to hide. That's the target area. Well, don't forget, when my subscription ran out the last time, Steve renewed it, and I told him that, I had every intention. My intention was that when it ran out, that I was going to subscribe for the 3 years, and but he beat me to it. He went and renewed my subscription for me, and I told him that, and I said, look, I was going to renew it for 3 years, and he went and renewed it for the 3 years. So I think it might be 2025 when it runs out again. So Steve's already done his bit. And this is always going to be in the cards, that area up table's the hiding spot for the cue ball. This looks a good line. And it's a good hit. Unfortunately, it just came around the angles. It wasn't a bad effort there by Silvia. And of course, she could do that with the assurance that there was no shot on the two. And it's probably not quite as easy to get this safe or find cover from that two ball. Well, Hairpig's left himself open to trouble here. Now, Silvia has to be careful she doesn't scratch if she's trying to delicately hit this two ball and just come past the four. It's very tight, but no, she's going the other way. And once again, not exactly the best shot in the world. I think she was maybe scared of risking the scratch. But don't forget, the 6 and the 10 ball are still tied up. Well, Hairpig's missed the cut in the two, but he's got the second prize. But I think that Silvia can certainly just pinch the edge of this and pot it. I think she can just get there. Oh no, she's clipped to 10. It looked very, very tight. I think it needed a wee bit of spin. But nevertheless, with ball in hand, there's not a lot he can do here other than pot the two and try and get on the three. The four ball's going to be there and go into the same pocket, provided he can take the three out. But it's this 5 ball that's the major shot in the match, or in the rack, because if you were somewhere here, you're potting the 5 and you're stunning into the 10 and 6. Now, the normal course of events, you could go around 3 rails and come out to where the 7 ball is. So the 7 ball's in the way here. But he doesn't want to go around the angles too far. I think he was trying to keep below the 7. He has done. And he'll need to maybe just jack up a bit here to get a little bit of draw. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's got the little bump. In fact, it was a double kiss in the 10 ball, but he's came out okay as far as having the pot. I don't know. I think this... I mean, there's not a lot he can risk doing with the cue ball. He can pot the 6, but the cue ball looks as if it's heading towards the 10. Well, it's gone square and missed it. And it's one of them again. It's one of those... Welcome back to Cobra. I don't know why Hogg does this. He comes into the stream and then he jumps into the room. I don't know what he's doing. Excuse me. Oh, has it got the legs? So, we've now played just about 19 minutes, and that's the third rack over. If my boys can hold up. Oh, Silvia going to the right, outside the first diamond. And again, a good enough break. 5 balls think they're going in. It's gone in. And oh, this is just a wee bit dodgy, this cutting the 1. Now that 2 ball would go, I think, if you were here. But this is not convenient to be able to do that when you pot this 1 ball. And Sylvia's now trying something elaborate here. She's trying to draw off the 1 and nudge the 10 in. And she's gone all around it. I think that was... now, where is he? Hang on a minute till I find him.
Change the laws of physics.
That's the one I was looking for. You've got to listen to Scotty, Silvia. The Hairpig's got the same issue to deal with here. He's got an angle in this 1 ball. Well, I don't know that that's where he wanted to be. I mean, certainly the angle he's got means he can come off that 9 ball and be on the 3, no problem. It's just one of these blind pocket cuts. In fact, he hasn't called the 4, so that should be a miscall. Yeah. And in the end, I don't know what he was trying. Because he had enough angle to get over into that straightish line on the 2 ball past the 9. Well, the obvious shot to be called here's the bank. So she's not called the shot. Trying to run for cover, but... Oh, she's got it. It's run right onto the 9. Because I'm pretty certain that even though that's nowhere near set, that Hairpig would have had a blast at the the 210 combo sitting there. And of course, Hairpig now is under pressure because if he doesn't get anywhere near this 2 ball and move it, Silvia will ball in hand and play the 210 combo. So he's destined to lose this rack here if he doesn't hit the 2. And that's exactly what should be happening. My YouTube lags sometimes, plus like being in control of the views, it's an ad disorder. So here we are, this to square the match. Well, I would think that I generally move the camera for specific reasons. I try not to, but I don't like moving it all the time, that's the thing. Because it can sometimes get a wee bit distracting. Depends what type of game it is, though. I mean, the cribbage one I was moving it all the time. Straight pool I'm moving it all the time. And usually it's just to sort of verify that a ball will go past something, or things like that. But anyway, we're all square. Hairpig on the 2, and nothing to do to get on. Oh, I thought that was the 4 ball up behind the 5. It's actually the 8 ball. The 4 ball's down here. Well, I think the 5 goes past the 8 on that side. Yeah, it does. And he can come down the right hand side as we look. Well, you see, he's gone down the left. Now he could have went down the right, but the danger was the 6 ball being there. He's decided to come down there, but he's underhit it. So now, well, his choice. Oh, I thought he was calling the bank there, but he's called it. He's called it into the side. I hope he hasn't called the wrong pocket. Yeah, he's playing to. He'll be bumping the 8 ball. Oh, it's brushed in off the 6. What a bonus that is.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
He certainly didn't play that. Look at that. And look at the pace on it as well. Wow. That's the jammiest shot of the day so far. Well, I'll tell you something, Blind Hog. I bet you're one of the guys that hasn't voted on my YouTube channel in the community section. You're the guy that should have this camera option instead of having to use the donut all the time. So Hairpig looks strong favourite to regain the lead. Well, get yourself into that community tab on YouTube and place your vote. Every vote counts, like a Ukrainian election. Every vote counts. So rack number 6, Silvia breaking, still sticking with the game plan as far as the break goes. Again, good movement in the balls, but they're all running around avoiding pockets. So the push out has been played. 10 ball gets respotted. And yeah, that 1 ball was very tight. And it's still very tight if Hairpig fancies a go at it. But he's nailed it. Well, the ideal shot's to cut that 3 ball down the rail. He could have done maybe going over a wee bit further, but he's still got the cue ball going in the right direction, and ideally he wants to bump the 10 ball. He doesn't want to bump the 9. Could end up behind the 10. And he can't forget about the pot either. And that's perfect. Absolutely spot on.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered. Cut the 3, bump the 10, and land on that 4 ball. Oh, this is a tricky one. He's trying to run down the right side to get to the 7. Could have done with another couple of inches running. It's now at that tricky angle. Taking his time to get set. Cue ball's running. Plenty of pace in it. Maybe too much. And it's another tough one. Blind pocket cut. Cue ball going to be going around at least a couple of rails. Trying to get that 9 ball into the side pocket, I believe. And he's rattled the 8. And he's got on the mark pretty much for the 9 into the side. And Silvia should have had a look at the 8 ball where it's sitting and trying to judge. I think she's pretty much got that, well, not too bad. But there's control to be done here to get half decent on this 10 ball. And played a sort of, it was as if it was like a kill shot to kill the pace of the cue ball. It's leaked away a wee bit square again to one of these ones you don't like. Got to watch that cue ball in the side pocket as well. And in it goes. And we are 3 racks all now. So Silvia, so far so good in terms of Hairpig not getting away. And it's yet another dry break. Although this time, Silvia's coming to the table. Simple enough 1 ball. Not a problem with the 2 ball. Open space for the 3 ball, whether it be into the side pocket or down the rail. Well, that was nowhere near the quality required in this part of the tournament. That was not good. Cue balls leaked away. She's left Hairpig nothing. Well, it could have finished worse. I think the cut is obviously on into the top right, but I also think the cue ball's hitting the 4. Although it glanced off it. The 4, if he'd hit that full on, would have held him in a decent enough shot to play the 3. Well, I presume you're talking about Silvia. There's a lot of strange things Silvia does that has me baffled now and again. But that one to get onto the 2 ball there has got me scratching my head. And I think sometimes she's not that sure herself what she's doing. That's what I'm beginning to become convinced about. So Hairpig's looking for daylight here. If he can. Trying to get away. And still problems to deal with. So he kept it simple. Dropped to 4 in. Got the cue ball in play to leave a decent cut down the side. He's got to be on the 6. Well, it looks fairly straightforward. The 8 ball still wiped its feet. So we'll break back with Silvia. She's sticking to the right hand side. She's come in towards the first diamond now. Oh. 3 ball goes in. And that 6 ball has just rolled into the line and blocked a 1 ball. Well, the end result isn't bad. Well, as long as you spin round a 9, it's a decent enough hit in the 1 ball. Let's have a look from this end. Well, I think if you jack up and get the spin working, you can go to that end rail and kick it. I think you could. We'll never know. Silvia tried a different option. Hairpig has his 4-3 lead at the moment, and it's going to be difficult because of where the 5 ball's stuck. Well, how's he going to work this out? I think being happy just to see the 5 ball is probably about it. Where's the cue ball going?
Where's the cue ball going?
We all seen where it went. So ball in hand for Silvia. Oh dear. I mean, there was absolutely no confidence in that shot whatsoever. I'm beginning to wonder if Silvia's got one of these trackball mice as well. That was so bad, it was almost as if it was one. And that is not good signs when she couldn't execute that shot there. Not a good sign. Well, it needs to come away from it. It's bumped it. That's done no harm. And if anything, that will settle Hairpig down even more, seeing Silvia doing that. So there will be daylight between the two. It's 5-3 to Hairpig. And he's on his own break. I think the 8 ball has gone in. He's on the 1. I don't know whether he might have to. He's on the 1. He'll probably have to come across the 2 rails to play the 2 from this side. And he's played it with left English. 1 ball wiped its feet, but it's gone in. Now this is up and down as well, I think. No, he's just trying to run into the 4. Good thinking. Dead straight in the 3, so it's going to be a longish 4 ball. But he should be fully focused here to take the full advantage on his break and run this out. And also extend that lead. Now, is it a case of getting below or on top side of that 7 as we look? He's just trying to drop to cut it into this other corner. I think he should be fine as well. Cue ball will go to the short rail, but he's digging in to avoid running forward, or he's thinking about it anyway. But it was well played, well controlled. Now, if he's running 3 rails here, the 10 ball might be in the way, but he's not. He's coming back. Again, that was a good idea. And so, Hairpig takes full advantage on his break. It's a break and run. And it's now a 3 rack lead. Now, that all came about. I'm sure that Silvia had ball in hand and tried to lock the cue ball up, never played the shot. And from there, Hairpig took that rack and then breaks and runs the next rack. So it was a painful price to pay for that poorly executed shot. It's cost her 2 racks. Once again, the balls are all over the table, but it's dry. Well, this game's really got weird since the update with the rack, because these balls break great most of the time now, but for all the great breaks, there's still not an awful lot of balls going in. Oh, I think it ran round the rim there, looked in the pocket, decided no. So now this is one of these ideal racks for running out. The only problem is Silvia can't see the 1 ball. Now the gap between the 5 and the 10 is fine. Oh, that was not a bad effort. Almost clipped to 1. But it's now in Hairpig's hands, because again the table is asking to be run out. Probably as far as the 5-10 combo. The 5-10 combo looks too inviting to refuse. Be very surprised if he tried to get down in the short side of that 5. Oh, I think he's overhit that by 5 feet. He didn't want to be playing the 4 ball from there. And now it's not so simple to get up to a decent position on this 5. Oh, he's maybe overcooked it. Now what does he fancy? Well, I don't know whether it's got to be a really thin edge to try and billiard the 10 in. So he's lining up the combo. He's called the 10. And not a problem. Comfortably goes in. And already this match is running away from Silvia. Hairpig is halfway home. under no pressure. And still we look for a ball. Now, I don't know whether this cue ball can miss the 5. I don't think it can. So she's going for it in the corner. That was the one more guaranteed way to at least be able to see the 3. There's still a tricky cut. And this needs to bounce, this cue ball. Well, it's bounced enough for a cut in the corner. Oh dear. Now that looks perfect. Well, I say that. It's dead straight. Because you'd normally just want to sort of stun that in and drop down for the 6. Not quite as clear cut as that now. But I think he should just roll through as far as he dare to get the 6. But I don't know whether he can avoid the 10. So he's coming off this now. And he's miscued. And Silvia, unfortunately, comes to the table with no shot. She can try a combo. But that's about it. So Hairpig's taking his eye off the ball there, trying to do something spectacular with the cue ball. And he's dug down too deep on it and miscued. Still got a ball to a rail and got lucky. And this time Silvia's got the touch. Got the 5 tied up and got the snooker. I've been called into the side, obviously. First thing you do. He's going wide though. Well, how many opportunities are you going to need, Silvia? Because this is as good as they come, this one. Oh, it's gone a bit straight. So the old... oh, there was enough angle. That's fine. I thought it was a bit too straight. There was just enough angle to make it easy enough to get up in the 10. So, Silvia did take advantage this time. And it was a safety that done it for her. That little tucking the cue ball away there in the snooker gave her that opportunity and she's took it for once. But she's still trailing by 3. didn't quite have the legs and the right idea. Another ounce of weight, and that'd have been a good safety. Well, I suppose that's as safe a place as anywhere. Now, is he calling the 8? Nope, just looking for cover. Thought he might have tried to play the billiard there on the 8. But, that's a good choice of shot. Well, ball in hand for Hairpig, and the only lifeline there is the fact that 3 ball's blocking the path for the 110 combo. If that 3 ball wasn't there, this rack was done and dusted. Now, there's nothing to stop him dropping behind the 2 there and playing the 2 onto the 10. Absolutely nothing to prevent him doing that. I think that's the general idea that he had. He's just gone a wee bit further than he would have wanted. So now it's about reading this cut angle. And if he overdoes it, he'll go to the right side of the 10 and the 10 will stay in the table. Well, that's perfect. Well judged.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
Couldn't have played that any better. And guess what? That's another dry one. The 10 ball isolated in the right hand side of the table. We've got well, that nudging a 9 has killed the combo, because that 9-2 combo was on down the rail. Well, welcome to Larry. Battered and bruised from his exploits in the 10 ball world championship. Early exit this time for Larry. Well, now is a 2-9 combo into this pocket. What's Hairpig going for? 3 fouls? He certainly is. And that's got Silvia in trouble. And this is left English in the gap between the 4 and 6 and having to judge the English. Yep, didn't get enough on it. And now Hairpig, having made that move, is going for 3 fouls. And he's got to make sure that he gets this one just as tight. But can he get away from that 2 ball? He's trying to get in the gap between the 7 and the 3. Well, he's bumped to 7. And there is a tiny edge of that 2 showing. Just a tiny edge. And so the attempted 3 foul has failed. Again, a gentle brush in the 2 and nothing else. But that's a bit thicker and heavier than intended. Well, once again, that 2 ball had no legs on it. I'm not quite sure where Silvia was trying to play it, but it's a chance for Hairpig, although he's queuing awkwardly. And now he's no option but the 3-8 combo. Now, if he's playing it at such a pace, the 3 ball's going to stay there, and he'll have his chance to get out for the 4. Now, he might just drop this in. And then again, he's looking as if he's drawn this. No, he has. He's just holding it. So, no problem with the 4 on the side. No problem with the 5. Now, ideally, he wants to be stunning a 6 in to drop down for the 7. Let's have a look. Well, you just roll this in. Now it's got to be 2, possibly 3 rails, I would think, to take this 9 ball back into this corner pocket. No, he's just stunning it up into the middle of the table. That's as good as anything. And it also was a safer shot to avoid that running of 3 rails, because there's always the possibility of the scratch. That took that away. And it's going to be a 5 rack lead here. And it's bits and pieces for Silvia. And she's not really making much of them. But she had to break another dry one, a full handful of dry breaks. No complaints of how the balls are breaking, just complaints that none of them are finding pockets. A quick look at the 7 ball. Well, that goes. Well, he can just draw off the 4. So now the objective here is to get top side of that 6 ball. Whether he be taking it long into the bottom right hand corner or into the side, the important part is getting high enough up the table. Because he doesn't really have to do an awful lot with the cue ball to have a shot in the 7. it's probably going into the side now, because that allows the cue ball to open up for the 7. Oh dear, he's overcut it. A lifeline for Silvia. Well, it's now another 2-rack swing. Hairpig should have been out. And it should have been 10-4. So that's one that's got away there for Hairpig. That was a bad miss into the side. Just giving Hairpig, giving Silvia that little bit of encouragement. Well, this time a ball has gone. The cue ball thought about it as well. But of course, having got a ball, Silvia's got no shot. Hairpig, sorry. Well, it's now, what time is that? It's now 55 minutes till Saturday night, league night, week 5. Or week 4, is it? Week 4, what am I talking about? I'm totally lost. So push out played, push out passed. And Hairpig's put himself in bother. Well, needs a stun to get on the 2. And out into the middle of the table to go on the 3. 4 isn't a problem. 5's a decision has to be made where it's going. Needs to get out far enough. It could have done, we've gone a wee bit more. Finds the gap, but the cue ball's running away and running away. And now this will be slightly hampered by that 10 ball. But again, nothing to do with the cue ball. It's all about focusing on the pot. So this is going to be 2 in a row for Silvia. Free ball definitely went in. But that was the only one shot in the one. The object, well, again, I'm not quite sure what Silvia was trying to do by doing that. I mean, the idea is to get to the rail to be able to play the 2-9 combo. But again, this has just come right out into open space. And now it's going to be a test for Hairpig, because the 7 ball's the major problem here. It's blocked by the 10 into the top right. Well, good luck with this shot. Is he coming back to leave the 7-10 combo? He certainly is. That's what he's trying. Let's see. Well, I don't think he could ask to be put in a better spot. So in goes the 10, and Hairpig gets to 10. The lead goes back to 4. More importantly, Hairpig just needs the 3. 2 ball goes around the table and goes in. No shot in the 1 though. And the 7 ball comfortably goes past the 9. Push out played. I certainly wouldn't be giving this back. I'd be cutting that 1 to the long rail on the left, tucking it behind the 7, 9 and 10, and bringing this cue ball down the table here. That's the shot. But the major problem is, I never looked at where the 8 ball was. Can't see the 1. Well, Hairpig got the hit, a legal hit, but most important is that although Silvia has a chance here, this cue ball has to go way up the table somewhere to be able to see the 4-8 combo. And it's not been hit firmly enough. Even if that ended up in the top corner there, it would still be a half decent chance in the combo. This is not quite as simple. In fact, nothing like it. So 8 ball is called. Yeah, they're never going to be easy like that. So now Hairpig with his chance to feast off what's been left here by Silvia. And that's a pretty good angle. Just to allow the cue ball to take the path that it wants to take. Out over to the right. And ideally, he wanted to be playing this 7 where he's not interfering with the 10 ball. He might be able to squeeze around behind it. Oh, he's brushed it. But it's done no harm. Everything's fallen into place. And he's good to go. And good to go to 11. Well, assuming this match finishes before the half hour, what I'm going to do is end the stream there, get myself set for the league night, and then I'll be back, and that'll be it for the night. I won't be doing anything else. I've been at this all day since 11:30 this morning, pretty much, with one short interlude. So Silvia's break, trailing by 11 racks to 6. And we're back to dry breaks. But she's got a good roll. 9 ball blocking the path to the 1. Easy hitting the 1 though. Well, that little kiss on the 6 there has done no harm. The edge of the 1 showing. I think the priority here for Silvia is get distance one way or another. But straight away she's ran in to the 9. Now, this guy BMX, who's that, Larry? Is that numpty? What do you call him? What is it you call him again? Because he's just sending me a PM, which I'm not opening. I'm sure he's the one that keeps sending friend requests under a multitude of different names. BMX is the name. We'll just let that time out and then I'll have a quick look at it and see whether it's just bullshit as usual, if it is anything. Oh God. BMX says, I'm watching your stream and it's super, thank you. Now why didn't he type that in the chat in the stream? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, he's doing it again. Right, well, I'm not answering it this time. I don't know whether it's because he's not long enough on the channel. Maybe that's what it is. But it is snakes. I thought that. Well, he obviously hasn't watched many streams because he knows fine well I don't open PMs in a live stream. Well, not most of the time. So we're milling around here until somebody makes the big mistake. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, you can get to the 3, not a problem with the 4. Hampered by the 5. But again, not a lot to do, just pot the 4, get out into the table a little bit. 5 into the side. Well, he's overcooked that. And that's a disaster. Well, that's a poor shot there by Hairpig. It is a poor shot, considering, and that's just as poor. Oh dear, a comedy of errors going on here. Hairpig doing everything to shoot himself in the foot, and what does Silvia do? Exactly the same. And Hairpig's left himself nailed to the rail. It's a wee bit embarrassing, the last couple of shots. Ah, that's why you can't. That's why you can't type in the chat, Bill. I've already banned him on YouTube. I must have done that a while ago. And that wasn't a bad idea at the time. And this looks pretty good if it's got the legs. It's just probably right on the nail. Yeah, because I think he was in the stream before and he was making a bit of an ass of himself in the stream, so I took care of that. So finally, Hairpig gets the job done eventually, and he's won away. Yeah, that was not a bad move by me. However long ago that was, it must have been a while ago. But it will remain so, I'm afraid, because you've obviously got some sort of behavioural problems where you like to make a complete numpty yourself in the chat and annoy people. So we'll just leave it at that. Now, somebody mentioned earlier today, I'm trying to remember, there he's at it again. Let's have a look at this bracket. How does the one lost side look after this? So Hairpig goes through to play Brainful out, and he should be the favourite to win that as well. One Pocket Slim plays Little Wolf. Slim will be the favourite for that. Tommy's already gone through against Shibo. So it's looking good for Hairpig at the moment on the one lost side. You know, it'd be something really strange happening here if Hairpig doesn't eventually fall over the line. Now, that is about 3 or 4 PMs he sent me. So what I'm going to do now is, because we can't have this going on the rest of the night, if I can remember how to do this. I get to the right tab. Where is he? Right, that should take care of the PMs. Well, this is the coup de grace, as they say, the final nail in the coffin, or at least it should be. if that 8 ball goes past the 9. And then again, it doesn't, not really. So it might not be over quite yet, unless Hairpig decides he's going to come up here and play this 8-9 combo. Well, he's trying to get in as good a line as possible. It could have been slightly straighter. Well, this is a bit like the shot that Larry decided he thought he could pot when he should have played the breakout, and that's gone in. That is really, really tight.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
Now that's the way you want to play it, Larry. Like that. I wouldn't have got there. But Hairpig is getting the job done, and that cue ball is running very nice. So overall, it's a comfortable win for Hairpig, and he marches on. And Silvia wasn't at the races, I'm afraid. So now, well done to Hairpig, and good luck in his next match. Unlucky to Silvia. Need to try again next time. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call it quits there, guys. Get myself set, and I'll be back in about whatever it is, maybe 15 minutes or so, once I'm set up for the league night. So thanks for joining, guys, and if you want to join us, we'll see you again in a little while for Saturday night league night, week number 4. And it should be a couple of hours, probably not much more than that. So we'll be back soon. Till then, see you in a little bit.
Now remember, when things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.